Microsoft, PlayStation, Bethesda, all in a courtroom talking about basically trade secrets. And I'm just going to talk about how I feel about the Activision Xbox deal. So, as a developer myself, right, or, you know, guy trying to build a game company, I am siding with Xbox on this one. And I really didn't think I would. Um, the whole thing behind why I'm agreeing with them, I full disclosure, I own stock in all three major game companies, so that is not why I'm choosing Microsoft over Sony or Nintendo or whatever it is. But why I'm siding with why I'm siding with Xbox through this whole entire debacle is for one simple reason. PlayStation's a dick. I love my PlayStation 5. I love Sony. Sony, bar none, you make wonderful games. But you're a dick. There's no way to slice it. Sony over the last, what is it, since the PS3 lifespan, they have nothing more than just been dicks. They have literally stopped the innovation of games. And we found all of this out not through this court case, actually, surprisingly. We actually found this out when Epic Games went to court with Apple over the debacle of basically circumventing the paywall system or the App Store within the iPhone to play Fortnite. When we were digging through the trenches, and most people on the internet, I'll play something here, what people had found out was that PlayStation basically was paywalling and stonewalling this whole entire thing, where if you wanted to make a multi-plat game, you basically had to pay them the revenue that they were missing out because that game now linked up with another version, which was absolutely stupid. Because as a developer, I put my game on multiple platforms to hopefully make it succeed. But then PlayStation takes it a step further that maybe 30% of all the players of the whole entire game will be buying it on Xbox or Nintendo or iOS or Android. And they feel that they're entitled to that 30% that they're mixing out just so I can have crossplay, which is absolutely ridiculous. Then you move on and then you start to find out that they pay for exclusives. And in all actuality, it's not a bad thing, but you're stifling creativity once again because now you have everybody excluding everyone else and only providing service onto your platform, which in turn makes you the most dominant console on the planet, regardless of specs, regardless of anything else. When you have somebody else that can actually innovate, i.e., let's say a Nintendo, and no one is basically making games for that platform, the only people who suffer at the end of the day are the actual gamers. Me, you, everyone else. And then you have a situation where the indie devs, which is myself, will start to make more content for that platform and exclude the other ones, which in turn will actually cut our revenue stream. And I know there are some developers, that will make their multi-plat, but in all actuality, you're technically wasting your time because unless they have the huge install base of like like let's say a PlayStation, if I release it on a Nintendo platform and I'm competing with other people as well as competing with the first party studios, majority of the time those first party studios are going to outsell you. You may not even pop up in the storefront. Look at look at the whole thing with Nintendo, where their storefront is an absolute mess, and you just trying to be seen, and it absolutely hurts. So you would end up putting something on PlayStation, missing out on the rest of your potential customers just because you're trying to fit in where everyone is and where all the eyes are, which is PlayStation. This whole entire debacle is not just delegated to just because it's Microsoft versus PlayStation. It encompasses everyone. And I'm saying that as everyone, the gamers, the players, the content creators, the indie devs, third party developers, is everyone. It's absolutely everyone. You know, EA doesn't make it any better, but PlayStation and Xbox are the two biggest console manufacturers. You know, Nintendo does their own thing, so yes, they are, but you don't really count them in there. But what people are not seeing in the overall picture is that because PlayStation ends up strongholding everyone, you're basically stuck onto that platform. So you can't waste time developing for other platforms. And then you have the opportunity, or maybe hoping that PlayStation will pick you up and give you this exclusivity contract, which they'll basically paying you to bring to bring your game to that platform. So you have that 50-50 chance, or in the case of us indie developers, you have a small percentage of a chance to possibly be picked up by PlayStation. So that's another opportunity to go to PlayStation. But by doing all of this, they trap you into this ecosystem that makes it harder and harder and harder for you to get out. No matter how much Xbox is potentially making the console war better for everyone, you're still stronghold to the console that is basically anti-consumer, anti-dev, anti-everything. So I can't agree with PlayStation. No matter how much they want to say that they're right, they're wrong. Then you have where they strong-armed everyone with Street Fighter 5. Then you have basically everything that Square Enix makes. Then you have the potential that Final Fantasy VII was coming over to the Xbox as well as Nintendo, which everyone saw coming. Basically, Square Enix is part of PlayStation, no matter how much that they don't want to admit this. Then you start to look at the financials of how much PlayStation has invested in other companies, such as Epic, even Legos, which was kind of surprising, but then it all makes sense, where you're basically making it to the point where everybody has to be on PlayStation and you exclude Xbox. So Xbox buying Bethesda, that was a smart move. Because PlayStation, as we saw in the documentation, they were trying to bring Starfield and make it a PlayStation exclusive. Deathloop, that became a PlayStation exclusive for timed, but it just gets ridiculous that Xbox gets shut out of everything. So no matter how hard that they try, no matter how much of a great console they may put out, it will always be overshadowed by the PlayStation just because of the way that Sony is doing it. Instead of buying the studios, we buy the exclusives. And if we know that they're going to be successful, buy them. And you cannot play them on the Xbox. Then on top of that, it came out within the stories that PlayStation was trying to make Call of Duty an exclusive, and Bobby Cottage had to twist the arm of Xbox like, hey, we're going to make it PlayStation exclusive. We need you to give us more money. That's wrong. I get that, you know, it happens within the industry, but again, that's absolutely wrong. You should be playing fair. And I understand now why Xbox is going increasingly game studio purchase hungry. Because if I was in their same situation, I'd be doing the same damn thing. I'd be buying everything and engulfing everything and making sure that the only thing that PlayStation can get their little grubby hands on are the ones that are part of them. So I completely understand, and I can get mad with Xbox. So again, I can't disagree with Xbox, and hopefully after these arguments, you fully agree with me as well. If not, I would love to hear about it in the comment section below. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.